strong or exceptional memory can be another advantage of autism. So it's been shown in research and in studies that a lot of the time people with autism don't remember events in their past, certain situations or circumstances, even from really young ages sometimes, by remembering exactly what happened, but more by a sort of sensory information. So, for example, you know how sometimes when you're trying to recall an event or you're just going about your daily life or whatever, and a certain sound, a certain smell, or a certain color can trigger a memory or a sense of a memory, like nostalgia, and suddenly everything comes back to you. It happens a lot of time when people are going through moments of grief, and certain aspects of everyday life, certain senses will bring to the forefront of their brain whatever it was that they feel grief-stricken about, and suddenly it all comes flooding back. It's the same with the strong memory in people with autism, but in this case it's more like with everything. Now, a lot of the time it has been shown that people with autism can even remember, just based on sensory information, events that happened in their really, really young years. Myself, for example. Now, if you asked me what happened last week, this day last week, I have to really, really think about it, and I can probably just remember the gist of the day, if it was a birthday or if it was a special event or I went out somewhere. But otherwise, for the minute details of the day, I don't know what happened. I'll just tell you, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I know I woke up and I went to bed. There you are. But if you asked me to recall events or certain situations that happened between me and one of my grandmothers, who passed away when I was only 4 years old, I could tell you, because when I think about her, or when I think about those moments, the smell of flowers comes to mind because she had a garden, or certain colours of paints because I used to finger paint with her, or for instance the colour of her teeth and her cheeks because she had very bright red cheeks and pearly white teeth. Now those are sensory pieces of information that have just been part of the encoding for my brain to remember those things. Now, besides that, when I say strong memory or exceptional memory is an advantage of autism, I don't just mean with that, but I also mean in, for instance, with intense interests, which I've spoken about in a previous video. A lot of the time, people with autism have an intense interest and they absorb large wealths of knowledge from that interest quite easily, to the point that it's perceived a lot of the time that they're just innate geniuses in the field. But they're not innate geniuses, it's that strong memory that they have. Because they're interested in this, that's being stimulated further, so they're just grabbing the information and not letting go. It's easy for them to remember. So sometimes people with autism can remember large swaths of information with ease, like scripts or lyrics or numbers and sequences. In my case, I do drama, so I have a good memory. Again, on everyday routines and basic things like that, I can't. I can barely remember sometimes when I have an appointment and I have to rely on other people to keep that information for me, because I will forget. Sometimes going from one room to another, I'll forget where I've gone into that room to get. But when it comes to things like the intense interest, so in my case drama, and it comes to my scripts, 5 minutes for the script, and I've got every word, not just mine, but the other characters, downloaded into my brain easily. That's what I mean. And also lyrics to song. If you really love a song and you hear it once, boom, you know all the lyrics. It happens. It's good to note, though, that again, with everything else in autism, it's a spectrum, so it doesn't affect everyone. It's not across the board thing. It's not a universal thing. Some people with autism are probably going to have much stronger memories than others. And some cases, maybe they'll remember things differently. So they'll only have a strong memory when it comes to facts or events, or they'll only have a strong memory when it comes to things directly related to what they're interested in and nothing else. So that's what I'm talking about. When it comes to history, I sucked at medieval history. I could remember the names of people and certain battles in school because, yeah, it was fairly interesting and we went over them again and again. But actual dates, I really struggle with. But when it comes to ancient history, because I've always been fascinated with that, it's a lot easier, even if it seems more complicated or much further back, so less factual. There's still a lot of debate on things that happened back then. But that's what I'm talking about, memory. Memory stores with, again, special interests, in my case, mythology. It's extensive. It's really interesting. But it's not just a memory for things that you're interested in, or a memory for facts and for learning and academics. strong memory can help people with autism with everyday life, social situations, which usually are really hard to navigate if you have an autism, because you can't read facial expressions, or you struggle to understand what people mean if they use phrases that have some subtext to them, or if they're being sarcastic. So, but strong memory, it's been shown, can help people with autism actually learn and memorize like social scripts or rules, so how to carry themselves in social situations, which then contributes to another part of autism called masking, where you kind of put all of that memory subconsciously into effect, where you're trying to blend in with the people around you. So that's what I mean. Strong memory is a big thing with autism. It is really helpful if you have it. And again, you don't have to be someone who, when you're autistic, you don't have to have a strong memory in every sense, but in lots of senses. Again, lists. For me, lists work. If someone gives me a shopping list, I got it straight off the bat. I don't need to type it in my phone. I remember what to get. I'll go and I'll get it, because I'm actively deciding, remember this list, because if I don't, then someone's going to miss out, or we're not going to have something that we need, and then I will get it and it'll be easy. But again, if I walked from one room to another and someone said, hey, could you get me this from this room? I'll go, sure, walk into that room and completely forget what I'd gotten. So it is kind of selective, but it's very, very useful. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say about this in this video. If you liked it, then please leave a like. If you, sorry, I'm getting mixed up with my words now. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and also follow me here on TikTok. Put any questions or comments you have in the comment section, thoughts and opinions too, because that's always interesting. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're interested. And aside from that, repost the video, because it's very helpful for my channel, and also because it helps raise awareness. Aside from that, I hope you have a great day. I have stuff to do, some music, which is going to be fun, and I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye!